From times when women simply challenged men to fights, to moments of instant karma, these are the moments when men fight back and don't let women intimidate them. We start with our foot on the accelerator with this clip of a woman facing a man in an octagon. The woman has protection, like a helmet. The man, on the other hand, is completely uncovered. However, he did not need to have protection because this is what happened. Despite his statements, in which he wished not to have any advantage over his opponent, it turned out that the fight resulted in victory for the man, to the point that the referee stopped the fight to protect the girl. Sometimes people underestimate the capabilities of others, just as it happened to the girl in the following clip, who underestimated the ability of an older fighter due to her age. In the end, this is what happened.
Advantage because, I'm here as a competitor like everyone else, and I don't need special treatment or any advantage. And if I lose, then I'd like to fairly lose.
Well, that's what happens when you underestimate people. In this case, it was because of their age. But the girl, after that hook in the liver, would forever regret her audacity. Now it's time to see how a feminist girl decided to challenge a young boy to a kickboxing fight. Again, he received a taste of reality when this boy beat him up that the referee had to stop. This is what happened. We don't know if the referee felt sorry for continuing to witness such a beating or if the difference in skill was actually so great. What we can assure is that the girl received a beating. And speaking of beatings, we have these young boys who were fighting each other in Taekwondo. In this case, it was a mixed gender fight, but the boys' clear superiority was evident. Let's see. Here we could see how at least the girl tried to defend herself, but the boys' kicks gave her a clear victory. In Taekwondo, those kicks are worth more than the blows like the ones the girl gave. But one who could not defend herself is the girl in the following clip, who, in a sparring session, was trying to beat her male opponent. However, he seemed confident, and in the blink of an eye, he knocked down her opponent with a single movement. We know that this movement is not allowed in many boxing styles, however. The opponent wanted to demonstrate that with a single movement, he could finish her off instantly. The one who completely finished off his opponent was this boy who was challenged by a girl who wanted to face him in the Muay Thai discipline. But everything resulted in a technical knockout in which the referee had to intervene. The girl had nothing to do against the boy, who seemed better prepared than herself. Apparently, the boy did not hold back at all and fought him in the same way, as if he were his worst enemy. Now we will see a strong woman, a military woman, who faced a fighter. What happened was terrible for her. She was humiliated in front of all her platoon mates. What worse humiliation than being a feminist and being defeated by a man, but you're also being humiliated before all your colleagues in the military. The humiliation is double that. It's time to see what happens when you pit a woman against a man in a discipline as strong as MMA. This girl thought she was tough, but the beating they gave her was harder. But despite being defeated, we can highlight that at least she left the octagon alive. Because if the referee did not stop the fight, the results would have been serious. Now we will see the case of a girl who was facing her gym partner in a friendly sparring session, but this got out of hand when the girl began to attack strongly, which made the opponent also attack strongly and beat her up. after this beating, it is time to witness another one. This karate girl wanted to challenge a man who was a street fighter. However, the man's dominant strength prevailed over the woman's ability to fight. Without a doubt, the woman, despite her attempts to attack, could not land any of her blows forcefully. However, the boy, to the best of his ability, managed to knock her down and finally win the match, since the girl, seeing herself on the ground and with no opportunity to get up, decided to give up. One who did fight without giving up was this girl who faced a man who barely knew how to fight and who, as you will see in the images, shows his clear inexperience. But despite that, the result of the fight was clearly decided for one of the parties. What could it have been? So let's see it. There came a point in the fight when they told him that the girl was there for some reason, so he shouldn't hold back. The man changed his way of fighting completely and ended up winning the fight. But one who did not have compassion for his opponent was this boy. Let's see. This boy, without a doubt, did not hold back with his opponent. He was under the premise that if the girl wants to demand that she be seen equally, then she should prepare herself, because they will treat her equally, as is the case of this boy who treated them equally.
Where's the boat? Where's the boat? Where's the boat?
What a blow the girl got on the nose. And she even had to leave after that blow because she couldn't stand the pain in her nose. One who also received, and it was not advice, was this girl who found herself in a mixed gender combat, and the result resulted in a total catastrophe for her. This boy finished her with a single blow. The girl couldn't stand up after such a blow. Who was going to get up after a blow like that? One who did not fall to the ground, but did receive a very strong blow, was this girl who in a practice sparring only defended herself and attacked from time to time. The beating that this girl received was undoubtedly impressive. She did not even manage to prevail a little against her opponent, who did not even break a sweat in the entire fight. Many times these women underestimate the strength that a man has due to genetics. That difference was noticed in the following clip, in which a professional wrestler wanted to face newbies from the gym. However, what she thought would be a walk turned into quite the opposite. After such a blow to the liver, no matter how professional this girl was, she could not resist the pain of a blow to the liver, practically falling to the ground, knocked out. Now to finish, let's look at one of the most impressive clips regarding the dominance of men over women. We will see how this man only approaches his opponent, and the game is over. After having witnessed unparalleled moments in which women challenge men to fights demanding gender equality, we were able to make it clear that when men start fighting seriously, there is no woman to stop them. Due to genetics, they are stronger than women. So in contact sports, in most cases, there will always be a big difference in terms of strength and experience. Thank you for coming this far, warrior. If you would like to continue watching more, support us by subscribing to the channel and liking the video. Don't forget to comment on the word knockout. If you don't want to get knocked out, see you soon.